Good morning, guys. It's Taylor, Hideaway Ranch, and this morning we're gonna give some antibiotics and some dewormer, and I'm gonna try my best to do a good instructional video on it because I see that there's not but maybe a few videos that are talking about it or anything, and they don't give good instruction on it. So we're gonna talk about dosage, and we're gonna talk about the medicine I like to use, and talk about how to give it to them. And shout out to another channel, is Homestead and Hardway, and he's been doing this for a really long time. He really good at it, and he's given me quite a bit of information, and a lot of times I get a hold of him if I don't know something. Nobody knows everything, you know. There's always more to learn, or there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say, and you know, there's a lot of different ways of doing things, and he's got quite a few good pointers and everything of the way that he does things. So shout out to him. Go subscribe and like his channel, and give him some support. So first off, I have a little box here. It's a sealed box with a clasp, and I like to use this to carry my stuff around in, you know, to where you just go to that one box and you get everything you need. So the wormer that I like to use is ivermectin. It's not the noramectin. I think I'm saying that right. But it's just the ivermectin. Come here. Dervet ivermectin, 1% sterile solution, and that's the dewormer that I like to use. And then the Noramycin 300 LA is the antibiotic that I like to use. And the reason I like to use these particular two is because there's a couple of the other one that's got the dosage on them, and it's different than these, and it's harder to follow by. But this one, it's pretty good. I've got it on the box. If you can see here, it's the animal weight in pounds right there, and the number of milliliters or cc's right there. So for the antibiotic, a pig that weighs 100 pounds is 3 cc's. Now, what I like to do is, if the pig is, which say that pig right there is, you know, anytime you're doing this, you're guessing. Unless you have a set of scales, that you're putting them on every time, or scaling your load and shoot or something, you know, it's going to be hard on you to do that kind of stuff. So you're guessing. Now, I've been told by a couple good sources that sometimes you mess up, and say you've got this syringe here. I'll show you what I use here. Sometimes this is what I like to use, but sometimes you have so you're going to do 10 pigs, and you're going to do 1 cc per pig, okay? So you got 10 cc's in here, and the pig jerks or something, and you give it the whole syringe. It's not going to kill it. It's not going to hurt the pig, so I wouldn't be worried about that. Or the antibiotic. I wouldn't worry about the antibiotics either. But I use a 18 gauge by 1 inch needle is what I like to use. Now, some people use 16 gauge, or some people use I've seen on big pigs, people use a 14 gauge needle, and it's 1.5 inches long. I don't feel the need to go that route. This 18 gauge needle here works just fine for me. So don't worry about your overdosing or anything. You want to try to get it as close as you can, but if you mess up, don't think that the pig's going to die or anything like that. I mean, you could overdose them on this, but you won't do it out of one syringe. You won't do it out of one syringe. You'd have to purposely try to overdose the pig on dewormer. Now, it might put them down for a little while, and they might feel a little, sick or something, but it ain't gonna kill them. So this pig here, we got him, and he's a little. Hey, he's coming around. He's coming around a lot better since when I bought him. And sometimes these kinds of things happen at an auction. You get sometimes you're bidding on something and it's a lot. And so the auction don't have choice. So what that means is, going by the lot, buying by the lot, is if there's 3 pigs in that lot and you bid on it, it's 3 times whatever, 3 times your money would be choice. So you can choose the pig. But if you're buying by the lot, whatever you pay is that's the price, and you get the whole lot. Well, that's what happened with this one right here. This one, I really believe that he was somebody's pet, and he was supposed to be a small breed pig, somebody wanting a mini pig or something. And then when he got up about 20 pounds, they were like, oh man, we can't have a full-size breed pig in the house. So they just took him up to the auction and dropped him off and sold him for whatever they could get out of him. And they didn't really know how to feed him because he's a little skinny, and he did have a cough, when he got here. So I'm guessing he had a little bit of pneumonia, but we're going to take care of that now. Now on your ivermectin, whatever strength solution, they got 1 or 2%. I think they even got 3%, but I think that's for bigger cattle there. But on the ivermectin is 1 milliliter per 110 pounds of body weight. So that's for cattle, and then for swine, it's 1 milliliter per 75 pounds of body weight, or cc. Go by cc's on the syringe. But this one here, I give him a half a cc 14 days ago. So every 14 days you can give dewormer. Now I don't know why you would need to give it more than twice in a row, but some people are different. But every medicine, now if you're going to grow these pigs and you're going to eat them, every medicine has a withdrawal period. And what that means is, and you can find it on the bottle. It's a residue warning. So withdrawal period on the ivermectin is 35 days before slaughter. So if you're going to worm these pigs, I would recommend doing it like a month and a half before you slaughter them. If you're going to do that. Now, if the pig is healthy and he don't need deworming, well, you ain't got to deworm him to take him and get him slaughtered. But that's just your withdrawal period. And a lot of times, if you're going to sell the pigs, you don't want to deworm them, especially if they're of slaughter weight. So if they're around 265 to 280, you don't want to worm them. Because when you take them to the sale, you don't know if that person's going to leave there and go straight to the slaughterhouse the next day, and then, well, it's got ivermectin in its system, or the antibiotic. You don't want that in there either. The antibiotic has a withdrawal date or period of, let's see here, 24 days. So basically, you've got a withdrawal period, and don't give your pigs, if you're going to sell them, don't give it to them. I'd say I'd wait 35 to 40 days for both. Get them healthy, and don't go and sell a pig if it ain't brought around. I mean, puts a bad name on you and everything, especially if you're trying to build a name for yourself and sell pigs for a living and do it. You want to do it the right way. So get them healthy and everything, and make sure they're healthy as it can be before you take them to the auction and sell them. And make sure that you've waited your withdrawal periods out. So enough about that. We'll load our needle in here. Now this fella right here, he wants my shoestrings bad. He's just the friendliest thing. He wants shoestrings. He loves them. Now I wormed him when we brought him home, and I give him antibiotics. But we're fixing to hit him again with some antibiotics because he's still got his cough. So you load your syringe. Now, for me, this time, I'm gonna give him 1.5, which would be 50 pounds. Now, a little over, ain't gonna hurt him. Like I've said, you know, it ain't gonna hurt him. But if he gets it in him, he's better off to have enough in him and get that mess knocked out of him, just like a human. Now this one right here, he probably ain't gonna give me no slack about giving him a shot, but I'm gonna try to pick him up anyway. So I'm gonna lay my needle right there. Now don't try to pick your pigs up with your needle in your hand unless you got somebody helping you, because if that needle goes, you know, and breaks off or bends or something, it's not a good deal. So you come here. Now see, he just coughed right there. So what you want to do is, you got your needle, you're loaded with your medicine. Now, right in this, get that before Doc does. So right in this muscular area right here in his neck is where you want to give him the medicine at. Don't worry about hurting them, because it's just a little prick, just like a human. So what I do, So what I do is I hold him in my left arm and I bring my right arm around like that, and I hold his head back and got it in my fingers right there. And I stick him, and that's it. Now that didn't hurt him, like I say, it's just a little prick. So then what I do, now I'm gonna give our big red boar, I'm gonna give him some medicine too. Was that Q? Uh-huh. Yeah. Probably have to go out there here in a little bit. So I'm gonna bring my syringe deal, run a little water in it. I'm gonna rinse it off. Rinse it out. And I'm gonna load it again. Now him, I'm gonna give him 2.5 cc's. Is what I'm gonna give him. Now he's gonna be a little bit harder to do because, well, he's bigger and you can't exactly pick him up. So I'm gonna get over there and I'm gonna get him wound up here. I'm gonna try to get him up here is what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know how well it's gonna work. Come on, Chops. Chops, come on. Come on now. Well, I'm probably just gonna give it to him right here, and I know you can't see me.
Well, I'll come over there.
She can come over here. Come here, Chops. Nope.
I'm coming over there.
Now, Pooh over here. Alright, Pooh. It's okay, Pooh. Pooh don't like me doing this because this is his buddy.
Neither does Doc Hudson.
Alright, Pooh. Alright, Pooh. Alright. So he's done. So now, I got one more right there. The little black and white. And I am going to give him a little bit of antibiotics. Pooh. Now quit.
Doc Hudson cannot stand when the pigs squeal.
All right. Now I'm gonna go get him. Get over in the corner. There you go. Get in there. There we go. Now, here we go again. Right here in this tissue behind the ear. Bring my arm up. Everybody see that where that's at? It's in that muscular tissue. Get your needle all the way empty, hold it, and pull it out. Now that right there, Pooh, quit. And yes, I use the same syringe for my dewormer and my antibiotics, but as you can see, I rinse it out every time. I rinse it real good. I'll use the same needle, you know, 6 or 8, 10 times, whatever. And then I'll go to a new one. Put everything back in my box. But there's also paste that you can do. Now Chris has got a real good video on the paste with the donut trick. Believe he came up with that. Chris at Homestead the Hard Way. He came up with the donut trick. And probably created it, honestly. But he'll put the paste in a honey bun or a donut. He'll inject it into a donut and then give it to the pigs, and they'll eat the paste. If they're a really hard pig to get caught up and to give a shot to, you know, it's pretty big deal and a hard deal to give a 300-400 pound pig, or 600-700 pounds. I mean, the bigger they are, the harder it is to get them caught up and give them a shot. It's just how it is. So sometimes you might be able to do this way until they get about 200 pounds, and then you might not be able to do it no more. You might just have to resort to another way of doing it. Now they've also got feed pellets out there that you can get, worming pellets, and you can put it in their food. Problem with that is you'd have to isolate the pig that you're specifically trying to worm, unless you're going to do the whole deal, because all the pigs are going to eat the feed. So I just like to do it, get ahead of it, do it with my syringe for as long as I can, and that way I know that by the time my pigs get to 265, 280, that they're already ready to go. They don't got no problems. And then I don't have to worry about it when they're 300 pounds. Unless you're doing breeding stock, which I am. But Chops over there, I'll have to resort to doing him a different way once I can't handle him. So that it's just going to be probably do the honey bun trick with the paste or something like that to get him done. So we just wanted to come out this morning and do that, and I hope that this helps y'all and gives y'all a good instructional video on how to do it, and a real instructional video with some good information, some correct information, and watching it get done. But y'all take it for what you want. But there's a video. Good to talk with you guys, and I hope this helps you. We'll see you on the next one.